Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. And of course, it is time for the daily leads this nice, bright Sunday morning. We're now on the 6th of June, guys. 5 days now until the Euros kicks off. I'm just getting more excited as the days draw closer. On today's daily leads, we've got some more transfer links. We've got some bookies' favourites information for certain players and so much more. So keep it locked and enjoy the video. You heard it right. It's going to be Just Joe and it's going to be all about football. He showed descent. Bamford, it's in! Yes! Yes! I don't see many more appearances from Pablo. Fantastic inaugural guest. I have to pull out the big guns. And this is the moment when I take a stand. So, guys, we're going to start first of all with Romain Perraud, the French left back from Brest that Leeds were once upon a time really heavily linked with. Very, very much the favourites, and I think we as all Leeds fans assumed that deal was going to be done. Obviously, Galan's entered the race. Galan's one for me that I'm really excited about. And Ligue, which is a well-respected French newspaper, are reporting now that the 23-year-old is actually favourites to join Southampton. Apparently, Southampton are now leading the race above Leeds and Newcastle United. Obviously, he's had a great season. He's got 3 goals, 7 assists in Ligue 1. I believe there's an issue with regards to the figure. I think this is why Leeds have maybe tempered their interest in him. You know, he's had 2 years at Brest. He's under contract till 2025. So obviously, he's going to command the higher fee. I believe it's between 10 to 15 million euros. And apparently now he's closer to Southampton. They have an excellent relationship with Brest as well. As I said, they previously bought Diallo from them last summer. I believe Southampton have been in contact with the player since January, and they're hoping to close the deal in the coming days. So maybe Brest came back and were aware of multiple clubs' interest, tried to raise that fee, and Leeds are having none of it. And we know after speaking, just the last few days that Orta had a conversation with a specific left back. Now, I believe that to be Galan, Javi Galan. I don't know, but that's who I believe it to be. And now we're getting really strong links from Spain as well. There's been a lot of articles in Spanish that I've had to convert into English. I've done a bit of due diligence, a bit of work, and it's been, this is how it's coming over from Spain anyway. They are saying various British media are now pointing out that the operation is very, very close to closing and that Leeds have overtaken Sevilla at the last minute for the signature of Javi Galan. Now, it does go on to say that there is good harmony with which a clarifying meeting of the Galan's agents, which is You First Sport Company, and the officers at the Yorkshire club. Sorry about this. It's sort of broken English with it being translated from Spanish into English. But what they're saying is there's been a meeting between Galan, his agents, which is You First Sport Company, and the officers of the Yorkshire club. So you're talking Orta, basically, for me. Now, we're aware that there's been this mystery meeting between Orta and a supposed left back over last weekend or during the week. Now we're getting reports from Spain that apparently there has been a meeting between Galan's agents and the officers at the Yorkshire club. So I think it's basically fair to assume that meeting did go ahead. And that player, that mystery left back, is Javi Galan. It did say, that apparently, we're hearing from Orta that once they'd heard from Galan, once they'd heard from his agents, it was like, yes, this is the man we want, And as I say, they also touched on Romain Perraud and mentioned that Brest's refusal to negotiate a reduction in the price of Romain Perraud has meant that Leeds have done a swerve and they're going to jump decisively to tie up Galan as soon as possible, much cheaper and with similar characteristics. Now, the fee in question is like between 3 and 5 million, guys, for Galan. It's a pittance from Huesca in comparison to what Perraud and Brest are demanding for his signature. And of course, the likes of Southampton and Newcastle are in there. So it makes sense to me. And knowing what I know about Galan from reading, again, I've not seen him play, religiously. I've only going off what the data analysts and the people that know a lot more about football than me. And let's not forget, he was second only to Lionel million on Messi for dribbling stats in La Liga. For the price you're going to get him for at a decent age, I believe he's 26, get it done. Forget Romain Perraud. Let him go to Southampton for a big fee. Let him go there and be in a relegation dogfight with Ralph Rabbit Hutch. We'll take Galan. That's the one for me. Another story coming out, guys. We spoke yesterday about Michy Batshuayi being offered to Leeds. It's a non-mover. Well, now we're getting reports that apparently Leeds have been offered the chance to re-sign Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal. Look, I liked Eddie when he was here. I know a lot of fans wanted to see a lot more of Eddie, and he wasn't given opportunities. And when he was called upon, Barnsley, Brentford, all these other times, he had a big part to play in getting us promoted. You know, he did his bit. But the fact that he couldn't oust Bamford when we were in the Championship, he's gone back to Arsenal, not had a great time. I know not a lot of Arsenal fans aren't very keen on him. You know, I suppose that once upon a time he was going to be the next Ian Wright kind of vibe, and it just seems to have died a death. And if Arsenal think we would want him after he couldn't break in first time around, he's not breaking in now. Bamford's gone to the Premier League, second only to Harry Kane. We've got Rodrigo Moreno waiting in the wings. That's the two. That's the shootout. We don't need to add any additional strikers to this side, you know. I'm hearing people on Talk Shite and all that saying all this stuff, which we don't need it. We don't need it. We've got to. I'm happy. I'm content with that. I don't know if you guys are. Let me know in the comments. But Eddie Nketiah, no. And apparently they want 20 million. It's not going to happen. You know, it says Arteta is willing to sell the 22-year-old and 20 million will seal the deal. Not for Leeds United. Eddie might rock up at, say, Palace or Southampton maybe. Just clubs like that. I just don't think Eddie's right for us. And, we've seen that. I remember that West Brom game in his last game when he started in. That was a proper scratchy head moment from Bielsa. Didn't do what Bamford came on and rescued us a point, scored almost instantly after coming on the bench for the second 45. So Eddie's, it's a non-mover for me. A little bit off topic, but also on topic. Manchester City's boss, Pep Guardiola, was named Premier League Manager of the Season, beating Bielsa to it. I think it's harsh, like not just Bielsa, but on David Moyes. David Moyes had a West Ham relegation threatened side and took them to the Europa League, not the Europa Conference, the Europa League. And I just think for Pep to get it doesn't make sense to me. But there you go. Manchester City's boss, Pep Guardiola, won that. Gianni Alioski was speaking. Obviously, he scored the other night when they beat, I forget the team now, but they won 4-0 in their warm-up game for the Euros. He scored from the penalty spot. And he was asked about Marcelo Bielsa. And Alioski said, he's changed my whole outlook on life and improved me so much as a player. I feel I've improved every day working with a coach like him. And I am so grateful. And hearing that from Alioski gives me so much positive vibes about him signing a new deal. I think his heart's set on Leeds. It's just whether or not they're willing to match his contract offers. This is probably his last big contract. He's probably the last big club. Will he get a lot of game time, etc., etc.? But in a perfect world, I think Alioski wants to stay at Leeds United. Hearing him speak about Bielsa in such glowing terms gives me confidence that Alioski will re-sign a deal. We've also had progress shots taken from Ellen Road, as we approach week 2 now of our new pitch getting laid. So that's positive to see that Leeds United are going ahead and moving with that, because we know the issues we had with the pitch, and we borrowed one from, Spurs, and that was just as bad for a period of time. But yeah, we have got some progress shots, guys. There are some of the shots for you there. You can see from the Kop, the pitch getting relayed, as I say. So it's nice to see that the club are not messing about. We're 2 weeks in, and that's already raring to go. We've also heard from Calvin Phillips whilst on England duty. He was doing the media duties, and he spoke about his injury. And he says, obviously, it wasn't a great injury. He picked up that shoulder injury in the last moment of the game with the tackle on Furlong, I believe it was, at Ellen Road. And he was speaking ahead of the final warm-up game with Romania on Sunday. And he says, it wasn't a good way to end the season. I dislocated my shoulder, and I was very fearful that I wouldn't be involved in the camp and in the tournament. Those are the first emotions that come to your head. And I think I've recovered well, and my shoulder feels fine now. I'm ready and raring to get going. My shoulder is good, and I feel very confident in it now. I actually did think I was going to miss the Euros, but my recovery has been excellent. The staff here and with England at the club have been excellent with me, and I'm very grateful for that. That's music to my ears. I know there's a lot of Leeds fans that don't want him to play, don't let Southgate break him and all this sort of stuff. But I want to see our lads, Leeds born, Yorkshire, born and bred, playing for my club, your club, his club, and also representing us on the international stage. And I was gutted for him as well when he was coming off of that injury, thinking he's going to miss the Euros. I want to see him. It makes it even better for me saying my players, my club, being represented at the Euros, And he went on to say, look, I'm obviously very thankful for the opportunity to be involved in a major tournament like this, and I'll keep trying my best throughout the tournament. Remember, he'll be the first Leeds United player to head to a major finals with England since 2002, when we had Rio, Robbie Fowler, Danny Mills, Nigel Martin. Phillips, though, revealed he felt overwhelmed upon hearing the news, and he's looking forward to representing his city, his club and his fans when the tournament kicks off next week. He says, I'm very excited. And why wouldn't you be, man? What a journey he's been on. He said, when I got told I was in the squad, the initial reaction, I was overwhelmed. I'm very proud. The messages on social media from Leeds fans, my family, and not even just Leeds fans, but fans from other clubs too, have been amazing, which is class to hear. I don't think he gets enough respect, personally, at international level. I've seen it a lot. I've seen a lot of people not mention him. I spoke about it yesterday, and it's really frustrating to hear that he's not even mentioned when people go, well, Perraud saw he, and like take Phillips out, and it's like, oh, give over, man. You don't know what this boy can do. And they will see it. They will see it on the international stage. Tyler Roberts as well got some minutes. He got 70 minutes in a warm-up game for Wales. Saturday evening ahead of Euro 2020. The Dragons were held to a 0-0 draw by Albania, but Tyler Roberts got 70 minutes in the legs, which you love to see. And we're just going to finish now, guys, with a piece that was done on Leeds United Live. They actually trawled through the betting sites and seen who Leeds are actually favourites to sign. And I just wanted to run through them. So we're going to start, first of all, Matheus Pereira. Leeds United are favourites ahead of West Ham and Newcastle to sign Matheus Pereira. We are currently 4-1 on to sign him. I don't see it happening. It's one that I would love to make happen. Like, if I could have a choice of anyone from the relegated sides, it would be Matheus Pereira. He'd be ideal. He'd be the perfect replacement for Pablo Hernandez for me, personally. Another one that is in at 4-1 is Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent is one that won't go away. He's, again, someone that I would be more than happy with is getting his in. The fact that Bielsa's wanted him for like 3 windows now. We keep getting linked. It'll be, 15 to 20 million. I think it would be great. We need a right-footed winger. Can he come in? We're 4-1. We're favourites to get Ryan Kent's signature. We've also got Matheus Cunha as well. Matheus Cunha, we are 5-1. 5-1 to get Matheus Cunha in the window. You know how much I've spoken and waxed lyrical about this guy from Hertha Berlin. Apparently Liverpool are interested in as well, but they're interested in everyone, Rafinha, for example. But if we could have Cunha, a right-footed winger, playing from the left, obviously Jack Harrison would have to up his game. He's been amazing, but we've seen with Bamford, for example, when Rodrigo came in, Bamford went flying out of the blocks. It's better to have competition in them places, right? Get Matheus Cunha in. So we're 5-1 to sign him. We've also, this is the first time I've seen this, 5-1 odds on to sign Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who spent time at West Brom. He's another one in the Arsenal, academy. A lot of players came through. Joe Willock, Maitland-Niles, Emile Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, and Maitland-Niles apparently has been told that they're willing to move him on, and we're 5-1 to sign him. Very versatile player, can play a number of positions, so maybe that's someone we look at. But again, I can't see it happening. To be honest, I struggle to see many of these happening. Fingers crossed on Cunha, fingers crossed on Pereira, and so much on Kent as well. And another one, 6-1 guys. Again, these are the favourites currently who we're favourites to sign. Notice a lot of them are from relegation sides, and it's just easy for the betting companies to say, all right, Leeds can pilfer from there. But another one is Conor Gallagher. Obviously, went down with West Brom, is actually contracted to Chelsea. He's a great talent as well. He did bits at Swansea, went to West Brom. He's done okay there as well. He'd be another one that I would be interested in signing, but we are 6-1 to sign Conor Gallagher as well. I want you to let me know in the comments, out of them players that I've just mentioned there, do you see us signing any of them players? Pereira, Kent, Cunha, Maitland-Niles, or Conor Gallagher? Let me know in the comments. The bookies seem to say that we're the favourites. We're going to get these deals done. Can't see it happening personally. I reckon we'll get 3 or 4 done tops and then flesh out some more under 23s. The main one for me at the minute, and I think the first one we'll get done, is going to be Javi Galan from Huesca for next to nothing. And, you know, I seen a comment on the on my previous video on Javi Galan. Someone said, you know, I hope Javi Galan isn't the cheaper option. Even if he is, so be it, because look at what we paid for Melier, 5 million. Look at what that kid could go for and go on to do in his career. Look what we paid for, you know, Rafinha. This Victor price is nothing. Victor Orta, one-track mind. He knows a deal. He's a real wheeler and dealer, a Del Boy character. He'll get it done, and I think Javi Galan will be first out of the line. But let me know who you think out of them players that are favourites, and anyone else that has been mentioned or anyone you want me to cover in the comments, and we'll do that on the next episode of the Daily Leeds. Thank you so much for your support. Continue to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, comment, and of course get your notification bell in. And make sure you check out my Euros preview. We've got Group C coming today, but you can check Group A and B now. It's on this page somewhere. Check it out, and I'll see you in a bit. Leeds.